ones that do it best. Oh yeah, started moving with the crew. You got a few, we got a slew. We tryna do what they said that we couldn't do. Oh yeah, I ain't living with regrets. Ain't no limits, ain't no rest. They want money, power, respect. I want more, I wanna be blessed. We want the legacy. We got the hope and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily. We want the glory. We want the blessing. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. The glory. The glory. You know I do it for the glory. The glory. When I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory. For the real, I know how they used to feel. Now I'm here up in the field, making these moves, making these deals. I made something out of nothing. I ain't bluffing, no discussion. Look at the numbers, I've been hustling. Little rough around the edges, still I made it though. Still I just been laying low. Man, I just feel though. I know where I come from, man, I ain't alone. Yeah, and I feel so blessed, too blessed to be stressed. And I'm with the day unos, they don't ride to the death. We got the legacy, we got the hope, and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily. We want the glory, we want the glory. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. The glory. The glory. You know I do it for the glory. The glory. When I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory.
Don't get me started, I'm pleading. If this is a race, can't none of y'all beat me. Boy, I'm so good, it feel like I'm cheating. A well of the storm, I feel like it's season. This type of drive could push Lamborghinis. So get yourself signed and have your own sneaker. I'm in the van, I'm pushing the meter. A legend like John for everyday people. I got the heart of a champion. I got the blood of a winner. I don't know how to be stagnant. I got way too much ambition. I keep on beating statistics. How would I be denied? My only option is winning. I'm crossing the finish line. Number one. I put myself in a place where nothing can top me. I feel like I'm space. It's bigger than profit, but still I get paid. My thinking colossal, not minimum wage. Out to the loss, like I know the way. Stay on my job, like who need a break? It wasn't possible, I heard them say, but I'm like MacGyver to all my mistakes. Run it back home, now look at the bases. Been winning so long, I feel like a native. I got what you want, but you cannot take it. I do what you don't, cause I'm more creative. I put me on, no help for your favors. I'm breaking the mold to show you the flavors. I got control, you can't enable. I'm using my flaws to make me the greatest. I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one. Yeah, I'm number one. 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 Yeah, I'm number one. I'm number one.
fallout. I got you where I want you now. Nothing's gonna save you from the fallout. I got you where I want you now. Nothing's gonna save you from the fallout. I won't let up. If I do it, then I'm doing it to death. Oh yeah, I'm influencing the ones that do it best. Oh yeah, start a movement with the crew. You got a few, we got a slew. We trying to do what they said and do. Ain't no limits, ain't no rest. Money, power, respect. I want more, I wanna be blessed. We want the legacy, remedy, working it steadily. We want the glory, we want the blessing. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. The glory, the glory. You know I do it for the glory. The glory, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory. For the real, I know how they used to feel. Now I'm here up in the field, making these moves, making these deals. I made something out of nothing. I ain't bluffing, no discussion. Look at the numbers, I've been hustling. Little rough around the edges, still I made it though. Still I just been laying low. Man, I just feel grateful though. I know where I come from, man, I ain't alone. Yeah, and I feel so blessed. Too blessed to be stressed. And I'm with the day unos. They don't ride to the death. We got the legacy, we got the hope, and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily. We want the glory, we want the glory. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. The glory, the glory. You know I do it for the glory. The glory, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory.
Don't get me started, I'm pleading. If this is a race, can't none of y'all beat me. Boy, I'm so good, it feel like I'm cheating. A well of the storm, I feel like a season. This type of drive could push Lamborghinis. So get yourself signed and have your own sneaker. I'm in the band, I'm pushing the meter. A legend like John for everyday people. I got the heart of a champion. I got the blood of a winner. I don't know how to be stagnant. I got way too much ambition. I keep on beating statistics. How would I be denied? My only option is winning. I'm crossing the finish line. I am the greatest. Nothing can stop me now. The time has come for me to take my crown. I am a champion. No one can slow me down. The world is mine. Once I cross the finish line, I'm number one. I put myself in a place where nothing.
Well, as the great Ernie Banks, famous shortstop for the Chicago Cubs, said, let's play two. Well, since it's 44 degrees outside, we've got basketball inside. I'm Mike Coleman with my broadcast partner, Matt Wayner. And, Matt, we've got a broadcast doubleheader, same as yesterday, back at DeVos Fieldhouse. Anderson University Ravens out of Anderson, Indiana, taking on MIAA opponent for Hope College in the Olivet Comets, a team we'll be very familiar with. But both these teams have something to prove after losing the first round of the tournament yesterday at West Ottawa High School.
Yeah, that's for sure. And yesterday was a lot of fun out there at Olivet. Or I'm sorry, not at Olivet, at West Ottawa last night. So we appreciate them hosting us. And we had a great time. But a couple of games are a little bit mismatched. So I think today's games are going to be a lot better, where Anderson and Olivet a little bit more evenly matched. And obviously Hope and Carroll, the really exciting 2:30 game of two top 25 teams. We'll get to them a little bit later. But for right now, Mike, when we're talking about Olivet with Izzy Davis-led Anderson team, I mean, you talked about two teams that really struggled to shoot yesterday. Olivet shot just 22% from the field, 18% from three, and only 33% from the free throw line, as well as Anderson only shoots 28% from the field and 21% from three. So two teams that really struggled yesterday that are looking to get back on the right side of things here today.
A lot to prove. Good shooting can really help a day, especially when you're struggling. Defense never has to take a day off. So we'll see if the shooting improves. But Anderson comes in with a record of 2-3. Olivet at 1-2. Both teams riding a little two-game losing streak, but they would love to meet on and get a victory on a neutral court. Matt, for two teams, as well as all the teams in this tournament, Carroll and Hope, the other ones, they've never played each other in any combination.
And obviously the is all about being able to find out. The non-conference thing, Mike, is about being able to find out what do you have in your roster outside of just those starting five, you know, and if it's Anderson, it's finding these people on the bench, like you and I have continued to talk about Victoria Ditraz, who played really meaningful minutes off the bench, was good on the glass, she's over 6 feet tall, and that's somebody that really challenged Courtney Leon Hope pretty well last night. So I think the non-conference games are all about being able to find what do you have in this game when your starting five can't play, or maybe there's an injury down the road into conference play.
We saw some really good minutes from Sarah Seawalk, too. She actually comes in off the bench for Anderson, now the leading scorer just ahead of Izzy Davis. And if you heard the broadcast yesterday, Izzy Davis brings so much to the table. But you said yesterday, Matt, before we look into Olivet, that Anderson had snippets yesterday of a really solid team. Early turnovers against Hope College, but then they settled things down and they really took care of the basketball and played some meaningful basketball, just had 2 bad quarters.
Right, and it looked like Coach John Jin really had a good plan. He's got a good guard in Izzy Davis that attacks well, able to find some open looks here and there. At the end of the day, they just didn't hit enough shots. And I think that's something we could see today, an Anderson team that could be absolutely dominant. They play in a good conference. They play a lot of good teams. They're not a bad basketball team. They just faced a Hope team that was just a little more talented, and they didn't take advantage of their opportunities.
Anderson favored to finish 6 out of 10 teams in the HCAC conference, but then Olivet favored 7 out of 9 teams in the MIAA. What do you like about Olivet? I know you talked about the poor shooting, but they're a better shooting team than that. They just haven't shown it yet. But what do you like about the Comets?
For Coach Sabini and this Olivet team, I think it's about finding an identity that's outside of Lily Connolly. Lily Connolly, obviously the great scorer. She was 22 a game before yesterday, and Carroll held her to only 8 points on 8 shots. So she's somebody that I think she'll shoot a lot today. I'd expect her to be shooting 15 to 20 times today. But outside of her, can you get Scholes going? Can you get Bush going? We love the Hatfield minutes off the bench yesterday, as she was just crushing glass. But it's finding an identity outside of her, because when you look at their keys to today, is going to be more efficient shooting. Connolly is going to want to attack the basket. Got to get Malakanich getting going a little bit sooner. We talked about that. limit those second chance opportunities and win the rebound battle against Anderson. And then last, get back on defense. Limit those fast break buckets because they gave up 8 fast breaks last night. All those turned into points. That's 16 off the bench for them.
Well, I think like you started things off in the pregame. And by the way, welcome to Olivet fans. Welcome the Anderson fans, maybe some Hope College fans or fans of college basketball here on the Hope Sports Network. But as you mentioned early on, I like this matchup, and I think these are two teams have propensity to get some runs in them, but defensively they need to improve. Olivet gives up 83 points a game and 88 in the last 2 games, and then Anderson, a team that gives up 70 plus, so I think that's something that needs to be shored up as well.
Absolutely. Olivet was just a little bit late defensively, a little bit lazy in opportunities that Carroll, absolutely too good of a team, took advantage of that. I think we're going to throw it over to Darren Dijkstermars, and then maybe we'll talk a little bit about Anderson as we get going.
Let's do that. Darren Dijkstermars will do the PA tonight, and we will have the singing of the national anthem. We'll keep it right here, then we'll listen to the starting lineup, and we'll be right back. Here's the starting lineups for today's first game.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse here on the campus of Hope College for game number 3 of the Hope College Women's Basketball Tournament. This afternoon's featured teams include the Comets of the University of Olivet and the Ravens of Anderson University. Here's the afternoon's starting lineup. First for the Comets, at 1 forward, a 5'9" senior from Troy, number 34, Clara Scholes. And at 1 forward for Anderson, a 5'11" senior from Anderson, Indiana, number 31, McKinley Taylor. At 1 forward for Olivet, a 5'10" sophomore from Potterville, number 55, Kaylee Bush. And at 1 forward for Anderson, a 5'10" junior from Waldron, Indiana, number 32, Bella Larison. Starting at center for the Comets, a 6'1" sophomore from Hersey, number 24, Christina Malakinich. And at center for Anderson, a 6'2" sophomore from Valparaiso, Indiana, number 34, Victoria Detras. At 1 guard for the Comets, a 5'4" sophomore from Wayland, number 2, Madeline Terry. And at 1 guard for Anderson, a 5'5" senior from Perrysburg, Ohio, number 1, Bryn Beard. And at the final guard spot for the Comets, a 5'8" senior from Grant Township, number 22, Lily Conley. And at the final guard spot for Anderson, a 5'8" junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 21, Izzy Davis. Head coach for Olivet is Peter Sabiti. Head coach for Anderson is John Jin. Your officials this afternoon, Andrew McKellar, Raleigh Madison, and Alex Briggs.
So there we go, Matt Wayne. You look at Anderson's starting lineup, a senior, a graduate student, 2 juniors and a sophomore, and Olivet will counter with 2 seniors, 2 sophomores, and a freshman. Same starting lineups as we saw yesterday. And I'm looking at the numbers while we had a minute before we tip off. Anderson, all 5 of their starters average 7 points or better. But who can help carry the load with Lily Connolly now averaging 17 points a game for this Olivet club?
I think you're right, and I think when we're looking over on the other side of the ball for Anderson, their keys really being a attack early and often with Izzy Davis. She did a good job of that yesterday. She just was finding herself getting into those traps with Maynard up top and Petrolia helping out on the other side for Hope, and to find Larison and Taylor down low for layups. And obviously you got to understand, if you're Anderson, game starts and ends with Lily Connolly for Olivet.
Absolutely, and who can pick up the slack? We saw some good minutes by people like Elena Brown, and Madeline Terry had some three-pointers. Feed inside. Now they go to D-Trats. We talked about that in the pregame show. Feed the bigs, foul on Olivet.
That's right, Victoria Ditraz that we talked about. She's in the starting lineup here today. And hey, maybe Coach John Jin listened to us a little bit. Just kidding.
First free throw is good. First points of the basketball game come 12 seconds in for an Anderson team that shoots just 61%. Olivet a little bit worse at 57. If it comes down to a free throw shooting contest, we'll see how that develops. 2-0 Anderson.
Ditraz, a sophomore from Morgan Township, and that was just an ill-advised pass by Conley. She got going a little bit too early, trying to find the open look down low, kind of the no-look pass. She's frustrated already.
And we talked about the turnover situation from Olivet, 25.5 per game. Conley has the most turnovers, but to be fair, she handles the basketball in the mother load more than anybody on this Comet squad. Davis shaking, baking, tries to feed inside. Ditraz pongs one off the rim, offensive rebound. Davis in traffic, and a fresh clock for Anderson. Spin move inside, good hook shot, falls for Bella Larison. She'll give you 8 and 5 per game.
Nice look there by Larison. And that's something we talked about with Olivet, getting beat on that offensive glass.
You cannot allow Anderson to get any second chance points. Breaking the press nicely at half court as Conley now sets the offense. She'll try it from 12 feet in the lane. No good short. Running rebound by Baird. I like the cut of her jib in that starting point guard position as she wheels around.
Yeah, Beard was kind of the engine that was going yesterday with Davis, and they kind of just take turns back and forth, you know. Man, Ditraz, she gets called for that foul, but I love her game. Attacks the basket so well. Very projectable.
And for a big at 6'2", that's a big frame. She's very wily down low. Just kind of uses her body, not so much muscling, but maneuvering. As Bush did over the time. Haley Bush, the freshman, guarded 5'10", and scoring one for the Comets.
Good strong take there by Bush.
6.5 points and 6 rebounds for Bush. Immediate impact out of Potterville. Here's Davis, 4-2 our score, high up the window.
She's just trying to force that too much, Mike. Couldn't square up her shoulder. She had an opportunity for the dish down to Larison, couldn't find it.
Anderson likes pace. They have a lot of field goal attempts per game. 3 ball on the way. Terry. Nope, check that. That Clara Scholes, a little slow offensively yesterday, but you mentioned Scholes in the pregame show, Matt Wayner.
Yeah. Trying to get her going as there's Larry. Answer the rebound brought down by Conley. She wants to push the pace.
Early shooting, Anderson 1 of 5. Conley in the paint. How about that? Olivet with a run of 5 points.
And you got it, Mike, especially for Conley. She's got to trust other players, especially she's so good one-on-one. But if she can trust her teammates, they can string together a big run here.
And by doing that, you get open looks. You've got to hit some shots if you're the Olivet teammates. Conley.
She's just a gamer.
She is. She had 3 steals yesterday in the loss. Good feet inside. Off the front of the rim as Malakinich missed the puppy. Baird for 3. Too strong off the back iron, chasing down the offensive board. Bodies everywhere. The tie-up will favor Olivet.
There's a little bit of a quick 30 seconds here and there, and so Anderson's got to bring subs here. We'll see if we can get those. It looks like 11 and 12.
Yeah,
Seawalk and Tolliver. Sorry about that, Mike.
No, it's okay. Seawalk, almost 13 a game, leads her club off the bench. How about that lightning in a bottle? And then Mackenzie Tolliver. Not a lot of offense, but gives you about 12 minutes off the bench wearing that left knee brace. 7-4 Olivet just underway. 3 minutes into this first quarter here at Hope. Conley, little baby 8-footer. Flat foot shot. That's kind of a tough shot. It's not a mid-range. It's not a 3-ball.
I don't like that look. I think she had room to be able to get the easy layup.
Yeah,
especially
great point.
Scholes giving up the shot to give it to her. You would love for her to cut and get there. That's why it's hard because she's so good offensively. Like I said, the trust of your other teammates.
Turnaround. Too strong.
It feels disconnected at times.
Malakinich missed the 10-footer and got a travel call going the other way. Anderson, a team that will turn it over a fair amount, 17.5 per game. But Olivet with a good run early on. Of 5 points, they lead this one early.
Anderson getting set up in that full court press.
It's got to force some turnovers. You know, if you're Peter Sabiti, you know Anderson's going to bring the heat because you're susceptible to turnover. And there we go on cue. Good fake. Can't get it to go, as Larison had the look on the steal. Well, we got to foul in the backcourt. I thought she was going to
finish that for Larison. Yeah, they set up in that press. Olivet, 20 turnovers last night. So I think Anderson's right on pace here as they bring in a defensive sub in Paige Williamson, the freshman from Rockford, Ohio, Parkway High School.
And a three-point launcher, averaging 7.5 three-point attempts per game. Good feed by Connolly. And a finish by Claire Scholes, benefiting from 2 feeds by Connolly. 7-point run for Olivet.
She's comfortable with that no-look pass. It works to her benefit. And if you're the other team, you just always got to be ready for it.
3-minute run without a point for Anderson as they miss deep off the 3 ball. Bush kicks it out. Terry, she can hit the ball as they work it near side here to Scholes between the circle. Terry, NBA triple, bingo! We saw a few long-range bombers by Terry yesterday.
And Olivet, now as we see on the scoreboard here, it's actually Olivet 12, Anderson 4. So we're looking at the live stream footage there, Mike.
Yes.
And Olivet off to a hot start. So they're just going to get the defensive foul there. That's going to be on, I think that's going to be on Scholes.
Scholes having a good start to this basketball game as Baird Izzy Davis back in. University of Olivet shooting 5 of 9 for 56%. Both threes they made, Matt, and you said they had to do something about the poor shooting yesterday in the loss.
I couldn't be more impressed right now by the adjustments that Olivet made overnight. To turn around from a late 7 p.m. game, you get your doors broken into by 51.
Yes.
And then you come around, you start off hot. That's really impressive by this Olivet team.
And sometimes you need a short memory. Anderson breaks the schneid as Williamson. We talked about it. 30% 3-ball shooter, and she hits her 10th long one of the year. That breaks the 7-point run. Almost thrown away once again by Olivet. 2 turnovers apiece for both these clubs. Conley, not a big 3-point shooter, but what do I know? She drains the triple.
She heard you, Mike. She had to answer.
She's a gamer, just 1 of 4 on the year coming in, but she hits her second 3-ball, and Olivet off and running with 15 points. They had 10 at halftime yesterday. 3-ball the other way, short. Good weak side rebound by the senior Conley. Transfer to St. Clair Community, tried to razzle-dazzle. She did not see Seawalk the other way, and Seawalk makes her pay.
That's tough there by Connolly. She just tried to get a little too fancy.
Second basket off turnovers by Olivet for the Ravens as Terry stuck in traffic, nowhere to go, and she knew it right away. Another turnover by Olivet. Bush out and Scholes back in. Timeout on the court. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. With Matt Wayner, I'm Mike Coleman. First of 2 at DeVos Fieldhouse. It's all Olivet in the early going.
At DeVos, Matt Wayner, Mike Coleman, and Mike, you and I were just talking at that break. 15-9 is the Olivet lead, and they've come out hot here. It looks, man, I mean, Olivet shows these flashes, Mike, of a pretty good team, but Conley's got to stay connected to Scholes and Bush and being able to find ways, as that's a great pass. for a look to Detraz for 2.
Yeah, Larison to Detraz. I think to your point, Matt, you're right. Connolly is the straw that stirs the drink, to borrow a worn-out sports phrase, but she really is. Let's keep a good leader keeps their teammates involved. And Olivet's hit a couple shots, 3 for 3 from deep. 15-11, we got ourselves a ball game. Way downtown, 3-ball. A little bit too strong off the backboard. We saw Hatfield, who just came into the game with some nice rebounds yesterday and good defense in the loss for Olivet. Fresh shot clock. Milankovic. And off the fingertips of Connolly, looking right, didn't really see it into her mitt. Another turnover for Olivet. 5 already in the first almost 6 minutes of this contest.
And this is the time, especially for the senior, for Connolly. Don't get frustrated. Stay in the game. Stay connected to your teammates. Trust them.
By the way, I'm going to say this straight out. Christina Milankovic, I know I've mispronounced the names a couple times, and I'm doing my best on that. Sometimes it just happens, so I apologize for that. As the air ball off the mid of Emily Reed, who brings 4 points off the bench out of Whiteland, Indiana. Do you know where that is, Matthew, being an Indiana kid?
I know about Whiteland. It's a good small town.
There we go.
I don't know what division that's in necessarily, but yeah, like we've talked about with all these Indiana. Peter Sabidi trying to get time out there as they're trying to get the ball in. Good pass by Connolly. Oh, and the miss by Elena Brown.
Yeah, Elena Brown, some good minutes. Couple 3 balls, just a little too excited down low. She had the open look. Now Davis working low post. Shovels it near side as Anderson working right to left across our vantage point, but left to right on your video. Circles out, rebound. Connolly takes it over the timeline, over the big anchor. Trailing. Popping from mid-range. Beautiful jump shot. How about that?
Anna Hannen. It's a good look.
5.5 points, 5 rebounds, 38% shooter. Homeschooled out of Burton, Michigan. Trying to respond with a 3-ball, and doing so is Williamson. She's not afraid. She might have to ice down that elbow after every game of those 3-ball launches.
Oh, not looking there. Not on the same page. Hatfield and Hannen.
Olivet up by 3, but Anderson can tie it up with a 3-ball. Good Euro step down low, and 1.
Man, and Mike, I got to tell you, my early in this game, my coach's ears are burning right now, and I'll tell you why. Because you're looking at the Olivet team that has these flashes of moments where they look really good, especially offensively, and they just let these mistakes compound right now. You got to be able to reset, play a little bit more disciplined on the defensive end, because offensively, Anderson really isn't stopping them.
No, they are not, and that could be the story of this game for the Comets, is completing the 3-point play. The old school is Larison.
Another turnover.
And another turnover. Number 7, Peter Sabidi, 4th-year head coach for Olivet, off to our left with hands on hips at the moment. He doesn't show a lot of emotion, not too high, not too low. But he's got to think, how do I get this to my team that they got to be more disciplined. 3-ball big miss by Taylor. She'll have more 3-point attempts than anybody on this ball club besides Williamson. As that one high off the window down low. Good feed down low to Hannen, and she's going to the line on the Anderson foul.
Anderson fouls
on Larison.
Larison, that is her first, team's third.
First, team's third.
That's number 2, Madeline Terry.
Anna Hannen.
Looks like Hatfield coming out of the game now for Olivet.
Hannen in 17 minutes last night had 6 rebounds, so she was active on the boards, had a basket. And the free throws, we talked about the free throws for Olivet. They shot just 33% last night, but they're a volume free throw shooting team, Matthew. They average 24.5 per game. That's a lot of free throw attempts.
They're tall. I mean, they play 2 6-footers, and they kind of plant them down there because they have Connolly so much running around the perimeter. There's a little bit of miscommunication on the defensive end for Olivet. Opens up a Taylor 3 off the mark.
Hannen, who split the pair of free throws, now with the rebound on the miss. Olivet with a 1-point lead. Can they make it 4? That one skirts off. Weak side rebound by Davis, who's a good rebounder for a guard for a game. Give near side to Larison as they work the in-out and then kick it out. That one rims off, and Hannen dominating the boards at the moment. Conley, good change of direction. She's hounded by 4 white jerseys, coast to coast. She's hammered down low, and they're not going to call the foul. My goodness.
That looked like a lot of ball to me. Taylor just a little bit stronger. That was a sweet take by Conley, just drifting through defenders right there, and she had a good look going up and under. But Taylor said, no way. That was a nice block.
Drifting through, great adjective.
No worries if not. Roger that.
3-ball on the way. Kaylee Bush, 26% three-point shooter coming in. Knocks down the triple. 21-17 Olivet. Davis trying to respond for a 3-ball. That one pops off the back iron, and Conley with the rebound on the far side. Quickly, Olivet in transition off the window. Good fast break basket. Conley, Matt Wayner, feeding her teammate.
That's great. That's just excellent. I love the adjustment that they're making. Start to find some of that discipline. Up 6 here.
Malakinich, the beneficiary, is trying to go up with that. A little finger roll that went up the forearm, McKinley Taylor. We've got comic contact. That foul will be
let's
on.
Take that momentum if you're Olivet. Take that momentum. Let it turn into something here in the second quarter. You really didn't play a bad first quarter, especially if you can have one good possession here, setting up offense. But Anderson's not going to allow it. Looks like they want to set up in the full court press.
And why not? They've reaped the benefits of a few turnovers, hassling Olivet. But the Comets on a 6-0 run over the last 90 seconds. Bush. Oh, we've got 2 Anderson players down. And my goodness, slow to get up is Mackenzie Tolliver, who's wearing a knee brace on her left knee. She's trying to stand up as she collided with her teammate Seawalk. John Ginn out to address his player. And we don't know the history on the left knee brace, just assuming coming off an injury or maybe a surgery. And Tolliver not putting much weight on that left leg. Here's a trainer for Hope College coming out. And we saw an injury last night, one of the Olivet players out with a knee injury.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get some information on that to let you all know. Over the course of the game, but in a 25-17 game, Mike, it's been a quarter where you got to be happy offensively if you're a Comet fan. I mean, the way that they've attacked the basket, they were so much more hesitant last night. I love the adjustments that they've made. And it looks like Anderson, a team that they feel way more confident attacking the basket on. And on the other end of things, like Anderson just looks a little bit displaced. They just don't look like they know their identity as well. And I think you go back to what you know. It's let's get a little bit more Bryn Beard involved, and let's get Davis going, and let's have a little 1-2 punch attack in the basket.
And I think they're relying a little bit too much on the outside shot. 12 three-pointers already, and they average 26 a game. And only shooting 30%. Olivet, I don't imagine this would sustain, but they're shooting 56% and 4 of 6 from deep. Davis working a defensive triangle. Davis, the scoop shot, no. And like you talked about, trying to make something happen, going to the rack and scoop is short, but a foul.
A little bit of a bailout foul there. It's going to be on Malakinich, sorry.
Malakinich only 14 minutes yesterday in a starting role. We didn't see a lot of her until late in the second half and in the first quarter. We don't know what that was about, but I think she's somebody very productive that Olivet could use more. But so far she's played quality minutes, 8 minutes. And we're under a minute here in the first quarter. Davis
hails from Chittard. That's a pretty prolific Catholic football school in Indiana. They're a 3A school. As we got one more possession possibly. It's going to stay with Olivet here with 17 to play. But Chittard, historically, a pretty good football school. The past few years, they've had a lot more success on the basketball end. But it's an old private school with a lot of really rich history in Indianapolis. They have rivals. Cathedral is another big school in Indianapolis they're rivals with for the Catholic, for some of the best Catholic competition.
And so many good athletes in the Indy area. Hook
Nice
pass,
dish.
8 seconds, tries to bang one off the rim. Membership bounce. And Clara Scholes will take it. Scholes kind of quiet yesterday, but 5 points already in this one. 3-ball launch on the way. And how about this? Olivet, who scored 34 points in the loss yesterday to Carroll, already at 27 points. That's a season high for them in any quarter. 9-point lead, due in part to a couple big runs.
And Mike, I can't express enough. 27 points here already. They only had 6 in the first quarter yesterday. They were completely outmatched by Carroll. But look at the energy right now. I mean, Olivet looks, they're all smiles right now because they know they have a chance, obviously, in this game. But not just a chance, but up 9 right now, and they look at all but in control. And I know Coach John Ginn over there being like, we need to go back to what we understand. And Bryn Beard and Izzy Davis be able to attack the basket. And I expect in the second quarter, I think Anderson's going to come out full of force.
Well, they're going to have to because their top 3 scorers right now, Beard, Davis, and Taylor. If you would have told me that they all would go scoreless in the first quarter, you probably wouldn't believe me, Matt Wayner, but that's exactly the case.
How about a different story from last night already? Olivet, 58% from the field, 66% from 3. That's 4 of 6 so far today. This is a different ball team than we saw play that really good Carroll matchup last night.
No question. Well, Olivet shooting 58%, and when you have 7 baskets in the paint, those are some high percentage looks, and Olivet not missing very often.
And you were the one that said Anderson, 2 of 12 from 3-point. That's really not their identity, right? I mean, it looks like they're settling, and especially in matchups where I think they could beat them off the dribble a little bit more, and I think they're settling for those outside shots that really aren't their identity.
Agreed. We talked about the ability of Anderson maybe to play some dribble drives off their fine guard play by Baird and Davis. We haven't seen it much. There's a high screen, inside feed to Detras. Good block as Milankinich with a nice block, repelling Detras on the puppy. Olivet showing some spunk on defense. Opening seconds of the second quarter. Lines up a 3-ball cue. Too strong side rebound in the arms of Tolliver. She'll give you 4.5 per game in the Karam department. Faking the 3, weave on the inside, or on the outside arc. Davis goes over the Olivet defense, selling the fake, nowhere to go at the medium post, and Anderson throws it away.
Kind of a careless pass there by Taylor. Trying to find Larison, who was open. She was expecting her to dish, and now it looks like Anderson's the disconnected team.
Are you surprised that maybe Anderson's not staying with that full court pressure? They were able to force Olivet into a lot of mistakes. I know it takes a lot of energy.
I know, it looked like Olivet wanted to fold as Davis seemingly really all just hands up. I thought she had hand on ball, but they had hand on hand contact for her over Connolly. Let's go back to that full court pressure. I mean, within 3 possessions, they had 3 turnovers back to back to back. Tie the ball game 17 apiece. Since then, they've just had the 1 point. I mean, it was 17-17. I don't know why you go away from that pressure.
Well, we're just humble broadcasters here at Hope College in DeVos Fieldhouse. 72% free throw shooter. Nobody has more free throw attempts than Conley. Drains a pair, and just like that, it's a 12-point run by Olivet. A little surprising.
Connolly's already passed her total from last night. She had 8 last night. She's got 9 so far today as Seawack gets the rudder to go.
Yeah, Seawack with that big brace on that right shooting shoulder. She also has a brace on her right knee. Left side's doing just fine, though. Doesn't seem to hinder her at all. And Seawack with her first basket of the game. That breaks a 12-point run. Conley. I don't know if she used the backboard. It looks like she tried to skim one from 3 feet. That's tough to do. Baird in traffic, spins medium side.
Yeah, you like to see what Baird's doing now. She's attacking a lot more efficiently, getting Olivet in a precarious position defensively to get an open shot. Because that's kind of what Carroll was doing yesterday with Olivet, is they were just beating them so hard off the dribble. They were forcing them to make big mistakes. Here's Detras down low. Yep. Feed her.
That's what Anderson tried to do early on. They had some success early on. But you got to feed the big. Scholes, open look, triple try. Wedges off the backside. On the run is Baird. Anderson can run pretty well conditioned. They don't go terribly deep, but the 3 balls pongs off the back rim, and that's going to go via the Comets inside. 8 minutes remaining until halftime. 29-22 Olivet. For a team that only averages 55.5 points, Matt Wayner, you got to like it if you're Peter Sabiti, the head coach.
Scholl's taking a seat on the bench, and we're getting Hatfield back in the ballgame now for Olivet. Scholl chuck one up, off the mark.
And I think for Hatfield, that's not her shot. I think
No.
you have to be able to work the offense and settle for something better.
Taylor, another one, kind of these early shot clock threes, Mike, for teams that aren't great three-point shooting teams. I mean, this is the stuff that I would lose sleep over.
Well, I'm sure as a player, you got a wide open three look, and even if you're not a great percentage shooter, that might be something that needs to be addressed. That's why coaches will coach and make the adjustments. But Anderson not helping themselves, 2 of 13 from the long line, and a foul in the backcourt by Anderson.
And that was a foul call there. That's what we need Scott Watson to talk about is you got hands on the hips a little bit too close to the body. You're going to get called for that 9 times out of 10. And so Beard's trying to get clarification on why that's called for a foul. And you're trained as a referee to understand unless those hands are outside the body, you can't have them that close.
Well, after 5 straight misses by Olivet to start the second quarter, Hatfield with the offensive rebound and put back. And heading to the rack and going to the line will be Seawalk as an Olivet foul, but they are in control, 31-22. If you just joined us, Anderson with a 4-0 lead, and then Olivet came storming back with a big run of their own and culminated with a 12-point run to take the lead, and they have not relinquished it. Free throw is up and good. I like the cut of her jib. She's got a good game. Seawalk out of Westchester, Ohio. Lakota East High School. We talked about similar to Olivia Bellows for Hope College last year, having that instant offense off the bench.
She comes off the bench. She attacks really well. She brings kind of that Energizer Bunny role for her team. And there's a trap attempt by Anderson.
Olivet got out of danger.
Man, it's just like you said, anytime. Mike, Connolly making offense out of nothing, but my frustration is anytime Anderson puts pressure on Olivet, they get so frustrated. They're able to get through that, but you got to be able to see that if you're Anderson. Traps or full court pressure, they just get so confused.
They do, and another rush shot by the Ravens and a good skip pass inside. Connolly with a nice feed down to Kaylee Bush, the freshman, who's going to earn it from the free throw line, shooting 57%, but it's all Olivet.
Otherwise, if you want to just play Connolly straight up one-on-one, she's probably just going to cook you. So that's why it just feels like the best opportunity is just get them in trap situations, force them into precarious situations.
We'll see if John Ginn, 4th year of a head coach, makes some adjustments as Bush knocks it down, give her 6 points. Just 5 bench points for Olivet, but they haven't needed it. They shot 50% in this game, and the bench has carried Anderson to the tune of 12 points of their 24. Starters not getting the job done for the Ravens. Davis topside, give and go to Taylor, streaking, it falls off. Boy, not only are they not hitting the outside rush shots, but they're not getting their breaks down low when they do have a look.
That's a strong take, too. I like that look by Davis. It's the right idea. Like I said, this whole first and second quarter, they've just seemed disconnected, and there we go.
Full court pressure leads to a turnover. You're a genius, Wayner. Detraz
why
up.
they didn't call over him back there.
Horseshoes out, and Connolly hammered in the backcourt, and the foul is on Seawalk for Anderson. Second for her. Looking at the bonus situation, one more for Anderson, they'll be in the bonus. Not a shooting foul, but the full court pressure. We'll see if this can get Anderson back in the game. Down by 11, like to get inside double digits by halftime.
They're throwing the ball in traffic. Ill-advised passer, Seawalk getting the ball out.
Near steal by Connolly, trying to follow up on her short shot. And on the rebound, Hatfield gets it to Connolly. She'll settle things down between the circles. Terry took the travel call, trying to get a little better positioning with an NBA triple try, and that's a silly turnover. And Olivet, 3 straight trips down the court, 3 straight turnovers. 9 on the day. Detraz out and quickly back in for Anderson is McKinley Taylor. graduate student. She's played all her career with the Anderson University Ball Club. Local kid, grew up in Anderson. Davis perpendicular with the weave. Seawalk for three, side iron. Hatfield with another carom. She's a rebound accumulating machine, is she not?
Yeah, she's been really good for them. She's kind of hasn't been very effective on the offensive end. And there's Hanan trying to get a two-pointer to go. But defensively, she's kind of been an anchor down there.
She has. That's been her strong point. Shoring up things defensively. Long-range three ball, top of the circle by Taylor. And Anderson has no answer. 2 for 18 from deep. And for a team that shoots 32%, it's not a great average, but it's not horrible. But they average over 8 made threes per game. And they're relying a little bit too much on the outside shot that, quite frankly, is not there right now.
Just don't understand why you continue to settle for that shot when you have opportunities, especially on a ball fake. Get the ball down low. I mean, you're so much stronger than Olivet. Be able to put the ball down low. It's frustrating.
Good turnaround. Missing the short one is Hanan. Put back on the offensive rebound by Hatfield. And Davis cleans up the mess. We're seeing a good trap by Anderson. And now a steal and a foul in the backcourt. And that will send Olivet to the line in the bonus, or it should.
Both these teams really seem getting some frustration fouls as now Olivet's in the bonus. It's going to be a timeout, Mike, so why don't we take a quick 30. We'll come back and talk about it.
Will do. 35-24, Olivet over in Anderson on the Hope Sports Network.
My name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
I know it's back here at DeVos Fieldhouse, Matt Wayner and Mike Coleman. And Mike, 35-24, that's the Olivet lead right now. And if you were to say this to me when you and I were getting our special coffee this morning, if you said, hey, Matt, we're going to look at halftime and Olivet's going to be right in this ball game up 10, I'd say, Mike, what did we put something in your coffee?
A, the coffee was delightful, and B, no, Olivet showing us something. Only could go up as far as the shooting from yesterday, where they shot just 22% and 4 of 22 from deep. And sometimes that shooting is contagious, like hitting in baseball. And sometimes early good shooting is contagious, and it gives you a good feeling. And that's what we're getting right now.
That's right, and just for the viewers to know, if I paid for the cup this morning, it's your responsibility next time, Mike.
That's a fact. So the millions of people checking in tonight know that over the ethosphere know that I owe you $5 for a cup of coffee next go around. So
and I'm going to keep adding that to the tab.
Yeah,
it'll be a long season.
He had just a tall drip, and next time he'll have a double decaffeinated half-cap decaf with extra foam.
Here's Larison driving.
Thank you. Back to action. We digress. Turnover. Anderson. Olivet up by 12. Biggest lead of the day. Can they exceed that? No look inside.
Nice
what
pass.
A play. And missing the short one is Hatfield. Oh, my goodness.
Great pass by Connolly.
Davis in traffic. Beautiful step around 2 defenders. And Davis with their first basket of the day. So the top 3 scores for Anderson with 3 points on this afternoon game. But brings it within 10.
This is where you can't let these mistakes compound the way that Olivet does. I'm telling you, they're right in this ball game. Mistakes are the only thing that puts Anderson back in this, because they have not proven to be able to score time and time again. So for Olivet, just play discipline.
And Anderson has not been able to prove they can score off turnovers. Olivet with 10 turnovers, Anderson just 9 points. And Olivet with a nice post move down low extends the lead to 12 once again. Davis gives it inside to Taylor. Davis will haul up a 3. Check that. Bryn Baird. We talked about her getting more involved in the offense. Her first basket comes with 3:20 left before halftime.
I think we're going to see more of her in the second half. It's not a bad leading pass by Connolly, but Scholes just off her hand.
Might want to try to grab that one, but Scholes maybe led her a little bit too far with the weave. Taylor, she's not shy to hoist up a 3, but that one misses badly. Taylor 0 for 5 from the long line. Quickly comes Scholes.
Like you said, she just keeps settling for that 3-point shot.
You bet. Well, coming up in our matinee this afternoon, why are we playing basketball so early? Twofold rhetorical question. I'll answer myself. We've got national tournament volleyball coming up tonight. Hope College is hosting this evening at 7 o'clock. So we had to move the Hope tournament a little bit earlier today. And there's been all sorts of shuffling at West Ottawa yesterday. But coming up in our 2:30 broadcast, Matt, you'll be on the call as a play-by-play in the voice of women's Hope College basketball. Good matchup between two top 25 ranked teams.
Yeah, I know you and I talked about that. We're really excited about that matchup. Two really good top 25 teams. Two teams we do expect to make the national tournament. And obviously for Carolyn, that CCIW, they're going to be right at the top with Illinois Wesleyan, a team that beat Hope last week 74-65, and in a really good conference. I mean, we're really excited about that team of two teams with potential all-conference as well as all-American players on both of those teams.
We're talking about Olivia Rangel for Carroll, and I did not know.
Maybe Jaden Gardner. She could be up there her senior season.
She was the WCBA Honorable Mention All-American. I did not know that until this morning doing some game prep. Make up for talent with voracious game prep. Now we're seeing a zone by Anderson trying to make something happen. Terry from deep rattles one down. Oh my, breaking the zone.
34 points in the whole game yesterday against Carroll, and they have 41, and it's not halftime yet.
And only averaging 55 per game as Davis misses another one in the key. I would love to see the shot chart. Anderson just snake bit.
Davis, just a frustration foul there. That's going to be her third foul.
That's a biggie.
Well, I guess that's not on Davis. I'm sorry. That's on Detraz. That's Detraz's third. She's a starter as well.
Well, normally you would panic with something like that, but quite frankly, the Anderson starting 5 has not been productive today. The bench has kept them in this ball game. Free throw is good. Membership bounce by Malankinich.
If anything, I expect you and I talked about last night, Anderson did play good basketball last night against a better team. I expect them really to have a new plan coming out after halftime, and I think the third quarter is going to be all Anderson. But they're down 14 right now, and they got to fight and claw to get back in this one.
Well, 2:23 left. Like you always say, you want to try and get it within double digits, get a little mini run. Doesn't have to be huge. Taylor sells a fake, stops, pops from 12, pongs off, rebound by Terry in traffic. And now Seawalk trying to bother Terry in the backcourt as she weaves around. Trailing give to Malankinich, stopped at the mid-post near side. We got a 3 seconds. Boy, you don't see that too often.
3 in the key right there. She's just floating around there a little bit too long.
Just what you don't need. We haven't seen that one since the probably the Obama administration.
They don't really call 3 in the key in NBA games anymore either.
Or travel.
Beard for 3. Needed that one.
Good stroke.
Anderson needs a bucket like they need air right now. I'll tell you what, 29-43 is this game.
Biggest lead of the day for Olivet, too. Well, that's why there's two halves of basketball. How many turnarounds have you seen at a basketball game before where a team just having a rough start, rough first half, and they turn on the Jets in the second half?
Especially teams that do have, pieces of a good identity in them, like in Anderson. Nice pass by Connolly.
Boy, she loves to thread the needle between that defense on that running pass. And to be honest, Olivet pushing the pace. And I like the fact that Olivet using their bigs to counter Anderson down low.
Well, to comment more on Lily Connolly, I think it's going to be fun when her career's over and I end up playing pickup basketball with her at the local Y. She's going to be a fun pickup player to play with.
No doubt.
She'll find you down low for the feed. She'll play the high pick and roll. She'll hit open shots anytime you want. That's what you want out of a Y player.
Matt Wayner, forward thinking as you move through your career. How about that?
Hey, my career is, I still have eligibility left. I'm going to see if I can try out for Hope's team.
I always kid Matt. I said, are you 30 yet? Are you 30 yet? And his answer is always, no, not yet. 43-29.
I might go ahead and use that eligibility to go play some more college baseball somewhere, try to get to the show.
There you go. free tickets. Remember me.
Nice
Good
pass.
look.
Connolly. She is a star out there today.
And Hanen, the recipient.
Hanen had 7 for them.
And 6 assists for Connolly. Extends the biggest lead of the day, 45-29. Anderson shooting just 26%. And Olivet, after a hot start, just shooting 31% in the second quarter, but still shooting 49% overall. And 5 of 10 from 3. One more foul and Anderson will be in the bonus. One more Olivet foul, I should say. Baird works it out, left arc, working on Terry. Shovel pass, far side. As back in the game for Anderson is Hendrickson. In fact, that might be your first minutes. It is. Kylie Hendrickson in the game.
You know, we spent a lot of time mentioning Anderson missing opportunities, but let's give credit to the Comet defense. I mean, they're just putting them in positions where you're forcing them to have to score easy baskets. They're just not doing it.
Agree.
You know, and Olivet is doing everything that they can. They're staying on ball. They haven't really switched into zones very often, but they're just making those shots hard on them. So give them credit.
Agreed. Anderson just 6 of 13 in shots in the key. They're missing a lot of short ones, and they missed again on a short effort. 31 seconds left, 18 on the shot clock. Hanen, not her shot. She misses everything. Came in 1 of 2 on the year, but that's really not her shot. I think you're trying to work down the clock a little bit more, but emotions take over sometimes.
Looks like this might be the last possession. Shot clock is off now, 45-29. That is the Olivet lead.
And a good teachable moment. Sabiti had Hanen come off the court and say, hey, you know, you got to think about that. So good effort by Peter
Thinking
Sabiti.
like a coach, Mike.
You bet, trying to. I am not a 5-tool player when it comes to broadcasting, thinking like a coach, that's for sure. 16-point lead for Olivet. Anderson would love to make a shot to close things out. 6 seconds left, shot clock off. Taylor, Puppy, short. Conley trying to get some space. She won it with a half-court shot, and that one from three-quarter. Baseball pass. She defeated Bluffton with a half-court shot at the end of the game for Olivet's only win, but she almost knocked that one down. Well, 20 minutes in, Matt, Olivet surprising everybody with some good shooting and good basketball here in this first half.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a story of maybe Olivet, you know, not as poor of a shooting team as we thought. Maybe they just played an absolute stunning team in Carroll University, and that might be more of the story. Because, I mean, they came out, they get a good night's sleep, and they wake up this morning and they're ready to go.
Certainly were.
I love what they're doing offensively. I mean, Connolly, obviously everything going through her. She's got 12 at half. But on top of that, they're able to, you know, she's finding other people down low. You know, Scholes adds 7 as well as Hanen adds 7. I mean, it's balanced scoring, obviously, through the one player who's their best player in Connolly, but hats off to them. And then defensively, they're just saying to Anderson, you got to hit your shots. And I think we're going to see some adjustments from Anderson here in the second half.
Well, I think you have to, and that's the beauty of the halftime is making adjustments. So we'll send it to halftime. We'll be back in a bit. We'll look at all the numbers. Actually, let's look at those real quick. And Matt Wayner, you've been analyzing the stat sheet. What do you see in that first 20 minutes of basketball?
To me, Mike, the one that stands out the most is three-point percentage here by Anderson. They're shooting 14% from 3, and they took 21 threes. For a team that, would we say they take a game?
27
game. So, I mean, you're taking 21 threes in the first half, and some of those not wildly contested, but they're not open. And so I think that's something to consider is how can they battle a little bit more down low and get better shots.
24% overall by the Ravens in the first half. Olivet over 50% in the first quarter, still shooting 47%. But Olivet, if you're shooting 5 for 11 from the three-point line, that is icing on their first half cake.
I think you're right.
Well, let's send it back. We'll do some commercials. We'll come back with more of halftime, breaking down the numbers, and maybe take a walk around D3 basketball. A lot going on. Coming up, Carroll, number 21 in the nation, taking on number 12th ranked Hope College in our nightcap here in this matinee to have a play on words. But Matthew and I will be right back on the Hope Sports Network.
Are you thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing? Your title agency matters, and you have a choice. Lighthouse Title started in Holland, Michigan more than 20 years ago and has grown to over 45 locations. We are proud to be local in these communities. Visit Lighthouse Title for more information and use our online widget, Louis the Lightkeeper, to chat with someone today about how we can help you close on your new home.
Gentex is a tech company supplying electro-optical products to the global automotive, aerospace, and fire protection industries. With focused competencies in design, vision, displays, software, and more, we're always looking for engineering talent. For our direct hire hourly production positions, we run open interviews Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at our 58 East Riley facility in Zeeland. And our facilities, benefits, and culture are everything you'd expect from a world-class employer. Now's the time to join Team Gentex.
Sports, like healthcare, requires commitment, teamwork, and excellence. That's why Hope College selected Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics to provide athletic training and physical therapy for all Hope College athletes. Get the care you deserve. Trust the team that exceeds expectations. The Holland Hospital and Shoreline Orthopedics Sports Medicine Collaborative.
There are over 5,000 colleges and universities in the United States alone. And nearly every single one of them is named after a location or a historical figure. But along the shores of Lake Michigan, there is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope. It is so easy to get lost in what this world lacks, to become discouraged by its needs, gaps, and flaws. Can we see beyond the uncertainty and brokenness? At Hope College, we do. Not by ignoring the world as it is, but by learning and living with the belief that this is not the world as it should be, by driving to understand, to unlock clarity, to amplify truth, by leading with inspired compassion, by embodying a vision that illuminates greater opportunity for all, by serving with anchored conviction, using our collective gifts to offer this world what it needs most. Hope. Not simply hope as a desire, but hope as a way of being. Because hope has changed the way we see the world. And hope drives us to change the way the world is. Because hope shapes our calling. Because hope inspires our dreams. Because hope empowers our talents. Because hope frees us to try. Because hope transforms what we believe, transforms how we act, transforms who we are. At Hope College, we know this life-altering grace is a gift we have all been given, and it is the greatest gift we can offer the world. Hope transforms.
In our popular mythology, revolutions happen in Silicon Valley, right? But no, the revolution happened here.
I think we are starting a revolution. It's coming from a very strong sense of who we are.
It's immediately creating a multi-generational community.
There's something magical happens when you shift from being a payer to being a giver.
Hope Forward has 58 students, I think, today-ish. You know, when we started in '94, we had 47. It's doable. What they're trying to do is doable. Getting people to believe early on is the hardest part.
It has given people a sense of belonging to a cause greater than themselves.
This can happen. This is possible, and we need each of you to be brand ambassadors for this initiative.
We're all aware of the crisis in American education. There are other crises as well that I think are linked to it. The second is the crisis facing our young people, the mental health crisis. And the third crisis is the crisis in our church. And when I look at what is happening here at this school, in this community, I see it as not just addressing the first of those crises, but all three of them.
The students are incredible, and the idea is incredible. Why not 30 years from now, this is the norm?
I've said this a million times, but who better than a place called Hope to run toward things that to the world look hopeless?
If I do it, then I'm doing it to death. Oh yeah, I'm influencing the ones that do it best. Oh yeah, start a movement with the crew. You got a few, we got a slew. We trying to do what they said that we couldn't do. Oh yeah, I ain't living with regrets. Ain't no limits, ain't no rest. They want money, power, respect. I want more, I wanna be blessed. We want the legacy. We got the hope and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily. We want the glory. We want the glory. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. So I do it for the glory, the glory, the glory, you know I do it for the glory, the glory, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory. For the real, I know how they used to feel. Now I'm here up in the field, making these moves, making these deals. I made something out of nothing. I ain't bluffing, no discussion. Look at the numbers, I've been hustling. Little rough around the edges, still I made it though. Still I just been laying low. Man, I just feel grateful though. I know where I come from, man, I ain't alone. Yeah, and I feel so blessed, too blessed to be stressed. And I'm with the day unos, they don't ride to the death. We got the legacy, we got the hope, and we bring in the remedy. Working it steadily, we want the glory, we want the glory. If I do it, I'ma do it for the glory. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do it for me. Kill it every day up in the morning. It's a blessing, so I do it for the glory. The glory, the glory. You know I do it for the glory. The glory, when I do it, yeah, I do it for the glory.
My name's Emma Duttmers, and I'm a communications major, and then I'm minoring in environmental studies. I play soccer. The first soccer game of my junior year, I tore my ACL. Our athletic trainer, Annie, was there for me right when it happened, and she was there for me literally every step of the way. That was definitely a huge growing opportunity for me, and it was really hard, but it really pushed me to be a leader with more of my voice because I couldn't lead by example on the field. It definitely made me take a step back and realize how much there's to be grateful for.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to share hope stories of transformational impact.
I loved school. I've always loved school, and I was very driven in high school too, but for some reason I just never actually thought I could do it because I couldn't see it. It didn't feel tangible. And when I was able to get a scholarship, I was like, I'm actually going to college. I can do this. People believe in me. I understood that my education could completely change my life, that it opens so many doors. And I think that some students just go to college as the next stepping stone in their life. They don't really think about what does this really mean and how can this change my life. And I understood that because neither of my parents had that opportunity to get a degree.
I
graduated from Hope College in 2019 with a biochemistry and molecular biology degree with a Spanish minor. One big part of my personal calling into medicine is to, one, show other students that look like me, so students of color, women, that you can do this too. And that if there is an obstacle, let's talk about it and let's surpass that obstacle, because you can surpass that obstacle. I feel like my family and I have done a lot for me to get here, but I know it is doable with support. One big moment that happened recently that's super exciting and a part of your entrance into medical school is the white coat ceremony. It was monumental to me and my family. It was a symbol of how hard work does pay off. For me, as a first-generation college student, receiving my scholarship opened up that door for education that I didn't believe in high school I even deserved. Now being an adult and going through college and now being in med school, I can see that investment of that scholarship in my life truly allowed me to not only pursue this, but also gain confidence in myself that I do deserve to be present in a higher education realm, even though not many people look like me when I walk in the door. I've been able to help my younger sibling and then also extended family apply to college and apply to scholarships now that I've gone through it. So I do think being that first person to go through it is really scary, but once you are able to gain those experiences, you can help others.
Hey, back here at DeVos, Matt Wayner, Mike Coleman. Mike, we got a 45-29 Olivet lead here as we're getting this second half going here in a couple minutes. And Mike, that we talked about at the break as we looked at these stats and had a chance to kind of think things over. Olivet shooting a great 47% from the field, 45 from three, and they're 8 of 12 from the line. So, like I said, my prediction here is Anderson to come out guns a-blazing here in this third quarter, kind of throw the kitchen sink at Olivet, because anytime Olivet got in a lot of trouble, frustrated, confused, didn't know where the ball went, they turned the ball over a lot.
And they certainly did. 13 turnovers by Olivet has been overshadowed, though, by the fine play on the facilitation. 9 assists on 16 made baskets. And you look at the numbers. We talked about the good shooting by Olivet, but then if you dig deeper, they are out-rebounding Anderson 36-17. Out-rebounding them offensively. And Lily Connolly with a full stat sheet, 9 rebounds to go along with her 12.6 assists and 3 steals. So she's doing it all on both ends of the court, getting her teammates involved. And for Anderson, yes, they're going to need the kitchen sink and then some, as the shot has not been there. And the turnovers have been good, just 6. But they've got to find a way to use her defense, because the shots aren't there, to force Olivet into more mistakes. As we get set for the second half, Olivet will move left to right across your video dial. Olivet shot 47% in that first half.
Anderson already communicated, engaged, a lot better defensively.
You bet. A lot more chirping out there.
Yep.
You bet.
Communicating through everything.
3-ball. Milankovic says, well, so much for your communication. I'll just pop down a triple.
That was a deep, ill-advised 3, and she just got it to go.
She has not missed a 3-ball this year. Milankovic, check that. She's 2 for 3 today. Coming in now, she's 4 for 5 on the year. Runner missing is Seawalk, and a foul in the backcourt. Seawalk trying to chase down her miss.
Kind of a frustration foul there by Seawalk,
who gets the start, Matt Wayner, in the second half, trying to get some offensive spark. The leading scorer normally comes off the bench. And now Anderson will greet Olivet at half court. Terry.
McKinley Taylor now coming off the bench, and maybe for some of her shooting woes, she was 0 for 5 from 3 in that first half.
Might have had something to do with it. But Seawalk can certainly fill it up. Offensive rebound, Bush with a putback. How about that for the freshman? Timeout. John Jim wants a timeout. 2 quick baskets. And this one's getting away from the Ravens right now, as Taylor's going to check back in for Anderson. Check that. We've got a media timeout. with just a minute 5 under our belt here in this third quarter. But trouble are brewing for the Ravens.
Yeah, 50-29. I mean, we were really thinking down 16. It was. I mean, it's do or die time to try and get a bucket here, and for Anderson to be able to come back in this ball game, you got to go one possession at a time. But 21 points down is not a recipe for success for them, and especially in a game where you're really only on pace for 60 points. I mean, you got to get going. You got to get going fast.
And for a team that averages almost 70 points a game, this is rare air for the Anderson Ravens. For Olivet, they're averaging 56 points a game, and they're already to the high water mark. And for a team giving up 88 points a game in their last 2 games, they've done well enough on defense to disrupt Anderson down low. And Anderson, like we said, I know it's a broken record, Matt, but they're just not hitting the shots outside. They just look like a discombobulated team right now. They have not got a shot off in this third quarter.
They did sub McKinley Taylor in the ball game now. Let's see who they. So it looks like that's Larison, Taylor, Seawalk, Davis, and Beard in now. That's that Sardine 5, except Seawalk.
Izzy Davis over the half-court line, just 1 for 7 from the field, the second leading scorer in the team. Lob pass inside on the give and go. Kick out. Taylor, tough going in the first half from 3. There's a little mid-range and nicely done by McKinley Taylor from Larison. And that breaks the Schneid, still 19-point lead.
It didn't set up in pressure. That's a steal by Seawalk. Seawalk gets it to go. Nice steal there by Sarah Seawalk.
Sure was. Good hands. She's got great court awareness. Connolly on the other end. Skips it in the corner. Good sell the fake by Milankinich, and easy deuce as she beat Larison.
Very patient.
You bet.
Gets the shot that she wanted. Didn't settle for the 3.
Taylor for 3. Still looking for her first 3 ball, and the rebound by Milankinich has it stripped away. She had it up high in traffic. It was poked away. Good push in the corner. Larison, rainbow triple, misses everything. My goodness.
That's Taylor on that 3-point attempt out there.
Check that. Sorry about that. Taylor, yes.
That's all right. Larison 32.
Taylor 0 for 6 from the deep zone in this one.
Anderson kind of opting out of a... Oh, and that's a good look there by Connolly, but they're kind of opting out of that opportunity to be in a full court pressure, and instead they're just picking up at half court.
And so far at least. Good play by Seawalk, inviting contact and getting it and going to the line as she knocks it off. She bangs it off the backboard.
It's been all Sarah Seawalk so far.
Kaylee Bush, the culprit, with the foul, and that is her first. And at the line will be Seawalk. We talked about her, very complimentary over the last 2 days. Brings a lot to the table. 65% free throw shooter. She's already been to the line 37 times.
And you see the trust that Coach John Ginn has in her, that she's got 3 fouls, but she has to play because she's the leading scorer.
She's got 11 points, 3-point play, makes it 52-36. Anderson trying to chip back in this one. Milankinich down low, and she's going to go to the line as she was able to maneuver through 2 white jerseys. Who's a foul on Matt Wayner? Here we go. McKinley Taylor. Larison back in. Seawalk gets a breather with 7:20 to go. So looking at the foul situation, you talked about Seawalk with 3 fouls. And Detrez on the bench with 4. That one snuck up on her quick, and nobody with more than 2 fouls for Olivet.
Looks like they got... Oh, so Seawalk now seated on the bench. Beard has 2 fouls as well.
And that's correct.
They're going to need her here in the second half. Down 17.
Splitting the pair is Olivet in the free throw line. Working the weave. Taylor, kick out, 3-ball on the way. Big high archer, and missing the mark is Emily Reed. She'll give you 4 points off the bench. Connolly quickly over the line. She's had a full stat sheet so far. She rifles it near side. Selling the fake is Terry. Shovel pass in the corner. Too strong on the 3-ball. Offensive rebound.
Terry. That's great.
Sure is. Puts up a wild shot is Bush, chasing down her miss. And what's the call? Oh, we've got a foul on the Ravens.
So you're going to get Emily Reed on that over-the-back call. That's costly there for them.
Costly indeed. Good stick-to-itiveness by the Comets. 7 offensive rebounds.
Did you come up with that one?
No, I looked it up. I think I heard it sometime.
Is it in Merriam-Webster's?
I'm sure it is. It's under S's, that's all I know. ST something, 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 something.
You start checking that you graduated college? Is that what?
Yeah, proud graduate
Verify,
of 3 different colleges. My friend Pete got me a T-shirt to commemorate my alma maters that said college on it. Dribble drive score by Larison.
She didn't pick up her feet there. She was able to kind of keep all her momentum going through the basket. Now down 15, Anderson needs a turnover, and they get it. Here comes Izzy Davis.
17th of the day for Olivet. Davis sells the fake and is able to dance one home with a nice layup.
Needed that one like they needed a breath of fresh air.
You got that, and that fires up the Anderson bench as Conley takes a tumble in the backcourt. And we've got a technical foul. Some bad language from the Bishop Richard graduate.
Yeah, she just pulled away and she said a choice word, it looked like. So she
Dag-nabbit or rat, something like that.
Right.
53-40. Olivet sees Anderson with a little bit of a run. 7-1 run to be exact by the Ravens in the last 2 minutes and change. So that will favor the Comets. 6:05 left in the third. Olivet shooting 43% in the third frame. Anderson starting to pick up. They had to, Matt. 5 of 9 for 56%, but still looking for their first 3 ball of the third frame.
It's been as many as 21 points here. But now down to 13-point lead, it does not feel over because we got a lot of basketball to play.
Absolutely true. Crowd sparse at the moment. Anderson traveling from just north and east of Indianapolis, Indiana. Olivet, mid-central Michigan, south of Lansing. And I think we'll have a bigger crowd. Carroll University from Waukesha, Wisconsin will play against Hope College in the 2:30 contest as Conley rattles home a free throw. You know, we've talked about Olivet shooting, Matt, too, but 11 of 16 by Olivet in this game from the free throw line. When they come in at 57%, that's been a good number for them so far today.
Yeah, I think you're right. And here's they adjust here down 15, and Connolly pours in 14. She's over her total, and Olivet just playing so much better than yesterday. I really didn't expect them to come out with. I mean, they really had a plan, and they've stuck to it this whole game.
And seemingly a lot more energy today than yesterday. I think being down early kind of defeated them. Terry loses the handle, picked up by Davis. And she connects.
Davis starting to get going here. She's got 7. She does have 3 fouls with that technical, but...
And her first basket came late in that first half. Open look down low. Bush has it snuffed. Taylor with a rejection.
Taylor with a massive block there.
Ravens with numbers, trailing. Reed sells a three-pointer, right elbow, launches, misses badly. Rebound Conley. That is double-digit rebounds now for Conley. She's got a double-double in this one. 4 away from a triple-double. Inside look. Malankinich has the ball knocked away, and Taylor thought she had the block, but she's going to pick up the personal, and that's her third.
Wow, that looked pretty clean to me as she's starting to get going here in the third. A lot more confidence down there defensively. They're going to bring in Anna Hanen for Olivet. See if she can mark up and keep Taylor quiet down there. And that's also Williamson's going to come in, and those Emily Reed minutes were sparing, but were important.
Agreed. Yeah, she's an important part of that bench for sure. How about Malankinich? Just 3 points yesterday. She did have 6 rebounds, but only 14 minutes. But now with 13 points and 20 minutes of action, we talked about her in the pregame, how she needed to step up if Olivet needed a chance, and she drops down 2 free throws.
She's got 14 now.
57-42. This game was 17-all. Anderson has not had the lead since early on when they led 4-2, if I'm not mistaken. Taylor lined up a 3, did not employ, gives it over to Beard. High screen. Lob pass inside, influenced by Terry out of bounds. Oh, check that. They're going to call last touch by Anderson. Bit of a surprise.
So it's going to be a Beard turnover.
Now we're seeing that full court pressure once again. Oh, we've got immediate timeout. Let's take 30 seconds. Matt and I will be right back. All Olivet, still a lot of basketball halfway through the third here at Hope College. You're watching the Hope Sports Network.
Back here at DeVos, 57-42. We'll take this time to say thank you to all the members of Hope Athletics, Alan Babbitt, Mackenzie, and the whole team.
Mackenzie McMahon, Assistant Sports Information Director, but I think she wears as many hats as Sports Information Director
Does a
Alan
fantastic
Babbitt.
job running the social media, so a thank you to her and all of her hard work, as well as her and Alan Babbitt and the whole team, because they haven't kicked us off the broadcast yet.
Day's not
sure
over
how
yet,
many
Matthew.
more broadcasts we're going to have. We'll see if we make it to the end of this one. If we make it through this weekend, maybe they'll have us next weekend.
We're off probation. Facing the full court pressure, Anderson had success early on in this game. And now they lay off initial pressure. Malankinich over the timeline. You got 3 white jerseys in the backcourt. And Peter Sabidi wants the timeout. That's a good call by Sabidi. Well, Matt, let's keep it right here. You had 3 white jerseys. If Conley could have just broken away and got a clean pass, Olivet had a clear shot to the rim.
And that's also the challenge, though, for them, is they've been getting frustrated with those traps, and you wonder why. I mean, now Anderson's starting to evoke it. This is kind of do or die time down 15. So they have to evoke that trap, be able to make things hard on Connolly and Malakanich to be able to get the ball across the timeline. Because right there, it already looked like it was really frustrating them.
18 turnovers by Olivet. They had 24 in the loss yesterday to Carroll University. And they've had 5 in this second half through the first 5 minutes and change of this third quarter. Anderson shooting 30%, still 13% from deep. 3 of 24. Olivet 45% overall. 6 of 13 from the three-point line. Comets with a full shot clock. Stepping on the sideline is Malankinich. Good defense.
Another Comet turnover. And like that, the Comets, 19 turnovers.
All set up by the Taylor defense with the poke away. Baird looking for some space. Weave. Over to Williamson back in the game. Taylor, she's looking for her first 3. That one good look short. Running rebound by Baird. Just the 3rd offensive rebound for Anderson. Not many second chance opportunities. Davis goes up. You got to love how she initiates the contact and kind of turns her upper body weight to prepare for that.
Yeah, she attacks the basket really well. The only thing is, she struggled with this yesterday too against Hope, is squaring her body up for a better look. She has a lot of those. She'll get to the basket and then just not finish, because she'll kind of take that left hand and just chuck something up looking for contact. We'd love to see her square up a little bit more the way Connolly does and able to get a little bit better of a look at the basket.
Indeed. 6 of 17 in the last 2 days for Davis from the field. Knocks down the free throw. 8 points for Davis after a slow start. 3 for 9 today from the field, but 4 rebounds, couple of assists, couple steals, and a block. So she's doing a little bit of everything. Second one is good. She's a good free throw shooter. 57-44. And the full court pressure once again. Bush. Conley, who came to the basketball, good look. Good backdoor feed inside. John Ginn wants a 3-second call, and did he get it? Or did it go out of bounds? That was blocked by the referee. Any event, it'll be Anderson basketball.
Beard looking to get things going here. That's Larison driving. And that same disconnected Anderson team that we saw in the first half, it's just trickling into the second half as they set up here in a trap. Full court pressure now.
Anderson, who averages 17 turnovers a game, they've got just 8 in this game. That's not a bad number. They've just come at inopportune times. Looks like Terry was over and back. Inside look. Hanen off the rack and breaking the press nicely. Olivet converts.
Hanen now adds 9 nice points off the bench for Olivet.
You bet. Feed, score, and 1. Davis starting to establish herself.
Davis with a big and 1 opportunity there. She's in double digits now with her 3 fouls. She's got 11. Matching Seawalk as the leader in points.
Yeah, 2 top scorers. Davis came in at 12.6 a game. And a good free throw shooter at 77%. Old school 3, give her a dozen. 2 in double figures for Anderson, 2 in double figures for Olivet. A 21-point game is now a 12-point advantage. 3-point launch, skims it short. 1 bounce rebound by Davis. 5th carom of the day. Davis penetrating. Kick out. Williamson, no. Offensive rebound. Seawalk with a putback, no. That would have been a big one. And Olivet clears.
You could have felt if Anderson can get this into single digits, it's a totally different ball game.
Conley, no look inside. Foul, and Hanen going to the line. How about that no look?
Yeah, looked like a block there by McKinley Taylor, but she even admitted that she got her on the body.
Fouls on number 31, McKinley Taylor. 4th.
Conley, not a lot of shot attempts in this 3rd quarter.
No, Conley been relatively quiet. She's been stuck at 14 a while. And Taylor's going to have to take a seat on the bench. That's 4 fouls for her, the starter. So these are going to be some pretty important minutes from Kylie Hendrickson. She's the junior from Pana, Illinois.
We saw her a little bit yesterday. She doesn't get a ton of minutes, but John Ginn trying to insert her because of foul trouble. Dietrich with 4 fouls for Anderson. And those were 4 fast ones, kind of snuck up on both of us as he splits the pair.
So Hanen in double digits now. She's got 10. Davis setting up offense. They're just chipping away, chipping away.
You don't have to get it all back, and Anderson has cut down on the 3-point shots, but how about that one? And that's Seawalk for 3. Wow, 60-50.
Seawalk with 14 now, down 10 here. Just get the ball down to Hanen.
There we go.
Hanen, I'm sorry.
Beautiful post move.
2 to go. She's been awesome off the bench for them.
You bet. Pivot on the near side. Season high for her. 4 of 8 shooting. 4 of 7 shooting. Excuse me. Crossover. 3-point launch. Larison connects.
Larison,
holy cow.
Huge shot. And they're in single digits now, Mike. 62-53. And they're setting up a trap. Olivet might need a timeout because it's another turnover.
Lazy pass. The communication wasn't there. Good hook pass inside Anderson.
Was it just
a
matter of time, Mike? Down 7 now.
It had to be as Hendrickson off the bench with their first basket.
We're not in the 4th quarter yet, but we got a tight ball game.
Inside, Bush off balance, fills it off the bank.
They needed to break that pressure there.
They did. A little surprised that Conley's not leading in the point guard position. Obviously the best ball handler.
Davis, they're just trying to do too much and force the turnover.
Speaking of Conley, 3-on-2 break, feet inside, skip pass off the mark. Shovel pass over to Davis, who was on the far side, trailing. Perpendicular in the key, trying to get some space. Nice little push off in a good way to create that space, and she pongs one home.
She's got 14 now. It's been Davis, Seawalk, Davis, Seawalk.
A little bit of a rush shot by Hanen. She's got the advantage down low. Little off balance shooting. Got to square up, even when you post up. Now backing it up, inside a minute left in this 3rd. Seawalk out of Westchester, Ohio, the junior. Trying to work off a inside screen. Dish out. Long NBA triple. Good look short on the rim.
Bush gets that rebound there. Let's see Olivet with their last possession of the half. Shot clock still on. Just 3 seconds displaced between shot clock and game clock. Whoa, nice cross-court pass there by Conley. And they're going to get Claire Scholes on the travel call.
Yeah, tough break. That was a rifle pass. Threading the needle did Conley, but once Scholes got the pass, she ran into a white jersey. Tough break with 17.7 remaining in this third. It's been a buzzsaw. 28 points by Anderson in the third.
Coach Shin brings Detrez back in for this last offensive possession to really see if they can get one more bucket here.
Gosh, Anderson had 29 points the entire first half and 28 in this third frame.
Funny they have a setup play with no Davis. Get the ball down. Detrez, ooh, thought it was blocked.
Oh, that's Hendrickson down low. Oh, no, that is Detrez. I apologize. Back in the game with 4 fouls.
And Hatfield got called for that foul.
Team's fourth.
Detrez just 14 minutes in this game. Leading rebounder with none. She's been limited with foul issues, but a chance to get on the board with 4.9 left, and it's anyone's game now, that's for sure. Anderson needed this quarter. Coming up, we'll have Hope and Carroll here from the DeVos Fieldhouse on the campus of Hope College. Lakeshore, brilliant sunshine has given away some clouds in this mid-afternoon hour, as we can see through the Fieldhouse windows. Second free throw is out.
I think Detrez has those LeBron 16s on. Those are super comfortable to play in.
Terry with a late launch will not count even if it goes. End of 3. Olivet sees Anderson come storming back. Well, Matt, you said they needed the kitchen sink. I think they brought it in the faucet as well. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back on the Hope Sports Network.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
Heading to the fourth quarter, hot shooting Anderson has come storming back, trails Olivet by 7, and Matt Wayner looking at the stats. What are you looking at?
Anderson won that quarter 28-19, especially when they needed it, down 16 at half. They stormed back. They shot 55% from the field, and they were 2 from 8 from 3, but those 2 3-pointers might as well have been 5-pointers because they were at massive points in the game.
Yeah, absolutely true. So the 3-ball still eluding them percentage-wise, but the timing was perfect as they scored 28 points to Olivet's 19 in that third frame, and Anderson opens up the quarter by throwing the basketball away. Their 11th turnover of this contest. Any other numbers that look interesting to you, my friend?
Well, I mean, surprising still. Olivet up 64-57. They have 23 turnovers to the Ravens 11. But it's more so just been about efficiency. I mean, Anderson just hasn't been that efficient, but that third quarter is when they really started to get going.
And a good kick out from Conley to Terry. Bush, she's been so active on those offensive boards. Malankinich for 3. Olivet missing 2 straight. Trying to save, but Davis over the timeline with 14 points. Kick out. Larison, 3-ball. That one circles a drain.
It was in and out. I thought that was going to make the place erupt.
Conley did very quiet offensively in the third. Good sell, streaking, and Malankinich circles one out as well. Good look though by her. Patient in the key. Fast-paced action. Baird selling the fake. My goodness, shake and bake on Terry, and Baird's going to the line.
And Beard looking for that and one opportunity. I mean, they just keep chipping away, chipping away, chipping away. They're down 21 there at the beginning of the third quarter.
That would sink a lot of teams, but we knew Anderson was too talented. Just had to make something happen offensively as Seawalk back in, and Taylor gets a breather.
And I need some Seawalk offense here. So it's Seawalk and Davis, 14 apiece. And Larison adds in 10 for them. Those are the leading scores for Anderson. On the other end of the court, it's Olivet with Malakanich and Connolly leading scores with 14.
And Bush chipping in with 11 and Hanan with 12 off the bench, a season high for her. 5-point lead for Olivet working the offense. Malakanich, nicely done.
She knows Detrez has 3. I mean, Detrez can't get any more fouls. They need her the rest of the game. Just go attack her.
You bet. Olivet going to their strength right now. Malakanich heating up offensively. Inside to Detrez. Misses the puppy. Weak side board by Conley. Give her 12. Quickly over to Scholl. She had some early baskets, got into the rhythm of the offense. Conley has just been bottled up offensively.
Yeah,
three-pointer.
Beard's done a really good job on her, especially in the second half. She's been so quiet.
Olivet settling for a 3. Kick out. Larison, Euro step, high off the window and bangs one home. Larison with 12. 3 starters in double figures now for Anderson, 66-61. Here's Bush over the timeline. Malakanich down low. Hook, layup, reverse side. She had a good look, just short-armed it. Olivet with the man-to-man.
You got a 5-point game here, Mike, and it just looks like at the end of the day, these two teams are really tired.
Really tired. Yeah, they've expounded a lot of energy, a lot of fast-paced action.
At this point, with 7:22 to play, you just got to think, can you be tougher just for this last bit? Because Anderson's just as much in this ball game as Olivet is.
Agreed. Anderson has used 5 off the bench. Olivet not as deep. They've gone with 4. But a lot of players, the majority of Olivet starters have had the minutes. Anderson a little more spread across the board as far as minutes in this one. Maybe Olivet feeling that fatigue a little bit.
This is probably the time when I know the ball needs to be in Connolly's hands.
Agreed. You have to. Hanan, spin move, high off the window. Good influence by Taylor. No.
Here's Seawalk.
No look inside. Who was that defensively? That was a nice play by Scholes to poke it away. It'll stay with the Ravens off to our left. And Williamson in. Davis gets a breather. She's played 28 minutes in this game, has Davis. Conley's played 33 for Olivet, pretty much every minute of this game. Corner pocket, triple try, skims off.
I don't know if Connolly has been on the bench yet.
I don't think she has. Now we got a little extracurricular. Hanan with a push off after a shove on the reach-in try by Anderson. The homeschooled sophomore forward letting emotions get the best of her. Not what Olivet needs at the moment. Peter Sabiti talking to her players. The referees talk things over.
So I think referees deliberating on if that's a double technical or if it's just going to be the one on Hanan.
We'll find out. Well, the situation, one of the Anderson players reaching in on the rebound for Hanan, and I think she took exception. Then they called a personal, and then Hanan took it a step farther. So we'll see as they deliberate. 6:43 left, 66-61. If you just joined us, Anderson with an early lead, and then Olivet with a 12-point run, extended it to a 16-point run to take their biggest lead at one point at 21. But like Matt's been saying the whole second lap, just chipping away, and that they've done.
And Olivet been the more efficient team, up 66-61. See if you want to see what referee is deliberating here. So just an off-ball foul there on Beard.
Okay.
And then the technical foul on Hanan.
So Beard with a reach in. That'll just be a regular personal foul. And the technical on Hanan. Anderson will inbound. Anderson shooting 50% in the second half. That's got them back in the basketball game. And less three-point attempts.
Teams first. I think
Olivet
Beard's
just 35%.
Beard's was a common foul.
Yes, correct.
Hanan on the bench now. Malakanich subbed in for her. Coach Sabiti, really good teaching moment with Hanan there.
Absolutely. We saw that earlier with a three-point opportunity that Coach Sabiti thought was maybe ill-advised. Perimeter. Seawalk. Blanche. Wow. Cross court, or cross lane, I should say, falling away from the basket, and Seawalk with a rim runner. Holy smacks.
16.
Scholes outside to Terry. Inside, going the other way.
Yeah, and Connolly just needing the ball in her hands this late in the game is just a tough out-of-bounds pass. All the momentum is towards Anderson right now.
Connolly, I think, just 2 field goal attempts in this second half, if I'm not mistaken. Just 2 points for Connolly. She had 12 in the first half. 3-point to tie up this basketball game, and there we go. 21 points erased in the last 21 minutes.
And Olivet's been leading for 34 minutes today.
Holy smacks.
And we have a different ball game, knotted at 66.
And for Taylor, that's her first made 3-ball, if that was indeed Taylor. 3-ball, Scholes.
I think that was Larison on the big
There we go. I've been mixing up those numbers all day. My apologies. Seawalk for the lead. Seawalk, excuse me. Connolly running the offense, pushing the corner. Scholes will try it again. How about that? Olivet answers and takes the lead back.
We got a prize fight back and forth here, Mike.
My goodness, exchanging blows here late in the fourth. Scholes knocks down the triple, her second of the day. Inside look, too easy for Seawalk. Give her 18. She leads everybody. 69-68.
Pull this off. That's going to be a huge credit to Seawalk and what she's been able to do off the bench for this Anderson team.
You bet. And Connolly responds for just her second basket in the second half, and Olivet tries to keep the Ravens at bay. Both teams with 2-game losing streaks. Seawalk doing what she does best, driving away, and that one just kind of dances off the back of the rim. Now Connolly will set things down. Olivet just has to be patient to work the offense. They've had some success getting it down low.
You know, I would expect for how much Connolly scores that she'd be a little bit more inefficient, but she's got 16 on 10 shots.
Yeah, there we go. That's efficiency.
Pretty good, yeah. You would think that with, you know, her averaging 17 a game coming in today that she's shooting the ball all the time, but she does it within the offense.
And she did that yesterday, too, as Malakanich will go to the line. As she put back her miss, she'll have a shot at 2. Let's take a quick 30 seconds. We'll be back. 4:34 left. Olivet up in the squeaker here on the Hope Sports Network.
Are you thinking about buying, selling, or refinancing? Your title agency matters, and you have a choice. Lighthouse Title started in Holland, Michigan more than 20 years ago and has grown to over 45 locations. We are proud to be local in these communities. Visit Lighthouse Title for more information and use our online widget Louis the Lightkeeper to chat with someone today about how we can help you close on your new home.
You are.
Hey, back at DeVos, Matt Wayner and Mike Coleman, 71-68 is the Olivet lead over Anderson, and it's been a great comeback so far today. Olivet, 3 team fouls, sorry, and that's Anderson with 2 team fouls. But the comeback by Anderson is just so much credit to Seawalk and Davis, who have just been great today, as well as Larison hitting a couple of huge threes for them. Larison is 6 of 15, Seawalk 7 of 15, Izzy Davis 5 of 12. They've been the leading scorers for Anderson.
Thank you, Matthew. And we're going to circle all the way back to the 12:35 hour in the pregame. We talked about the intangibles, the free throw percentages for both these clubs. Not great. It might come down to free throws, as Olivet came in at 57%, and they're shooting 70% today, and they just add another one. All this effort coming down to 15 feet at the charity stripe. Second one is up. Perfect. Malakanich not bothered at all.
She's got 18 now.
Beautiful effort after just 3 points yesterday in limited action. Olivet with a 6-2 run after Anderson tied it up at 66. Larison inside. Detratz now has to play with 4 fouls. She might ride it out. Weave. Shot clock at 15. Seawalk has it blocked by Scholes. It'll stay with Anderson with 13 to shoot.
Good defensive possession there. Olivet just holding on to this lead here. They're just slipping like they're it's like they're hanging on the edge of the cliff, just holding on with their fingertips to that lead.
Well, you don't. A win is a win is a win. Doesn't matter if you're up and you pull it out, and this would be a huge win for Olivet. Good look inside. Detratz had her shot rejected. Put back on the reverse layup.
Very athletic move.
Holy cow! I'll say. Detratz saves her 8th point for a great time.
Every possession matters now. Under 4 to play.
Still a lot of time though. Working the hub is Hanen. Now we've got contact on the near side. Making her move is Bush. Very confident freshman, and the foul will be against Izzy Davis, and that will be foul number 4. So you got 4 players for Anderson with 4 malfeasance. Not a shooting foul.
Davis has to stay in there. She's kind of been the engine here.
Correct.
Oh, and a wide open Scholes. How do you leave her open?
Oh, halfway in the cylinder. Offensive putback. Hanen with a putback. 14 off the bench for her. Back to a 5-point margin. Davis trying to go left elbow.
And that's the coach's speak coming out of me for Hanen is you make a big mistake with that technical foul. You go on the bench, have a chance to regroup, and come back in, play a couple big possessions, and then get a rebound here to give your team an opportunity.
You bet. Off the Scholes swat away. Now Scholes skips it down into Hanen. Goes up strong with the right hand. Good defense by Detratz, and a foul in the backcourt on the Davis rebound, and that'll go against Kylie Bush. One more Olivet foul, and Anderson will go to the line for the rest of the day. It's getting exciting around here.
Yeah, 70 to 75, that's the Olivet lead. Kaylee Bush just with 2 fouls here.
And Williamson back in for Anderson. She can knock down 3. She's 2 for 7 today. She's a high volume shooter with a decent average at 30%. Not great, but she can hit a timely 3. Anderson looking to answer down with a 2-possession game. Larison gets the membership pounds.
Oh, wow.
3-ball topside.
75-73. Here we go, Mike.
Full court pressure. John Ginn applies the juice defensively for his ball club.
Got the ball in Connolly's hands.
Trying to get a high screen from Hanen. Still with a dribble. Bush inside to Hanen. Power move, left hand, good look, too strong. Detratz with a high, arms just straight up in the air, influence the shot on the miss. Davis, lob over the defense. Olivet in the zone. Beard, oh my goodness. 2 players down and falling backwards as an Olivet player. That's so dangerous. And it's not the Olivet player's fault falling backwards.
That was just incidental, it looked like.
Correct.
Nothing.
But we did have a foul before that. Correct, Matt. Claire Scholes with a foul. Her 4th. And that will send Anderson to the line. Baird a little roughed up on that play. She was on the court when the Olivet player fell over her. And now a perfect free throw shooter on the season. Came in at 3 for 3. And she is 6 for 6 today. One of the better free throw shooters on this team.
Coach Ginn starting to get Seawack back in the ball game after this.
Yeah, Seawack back in. Yeah, Beard maybe just to get a little bit of a breather, but she knocks down 2 free throws and 2 big free throws just like that. And Anderson 5-point run. Olivet in this game despite 25 turnovers, right around their season average. Milankinich left elbow kicks it over to Bush as they work the offense near side. Shovel pass. Backdoor cut. Connolly does not get the basketball. Now a high screen. Bush goes up. Hook shot. Too strong. Running rebound. Seawack. Peter Sabiti shouting words of encouragement to his team.
Huge block by Scholes.
Scholes with a swat. Connolly. Skip pass inside. Bush for 2.
Wow, huge
timeout, Olivet.
Holy moly. Big possession by Olivet there.
Transition on the miss, and Olivet converts. Timeout on the court. Let's keep it right here. We're all in this together.
Oh, Mike. 77-75 now. You saw those 2 possessions. Big block by Scholes. Conley just hustles to grab it, goes all the way coast to coast where she's most effective. And when she needs to impact the game, she does. It's felt like she's been really quiet for the last 15 minutes in the second half. They haven't really been putting the offense through her. They've been going down the post to Bush, into Hanan, into Malakanich a lot in the third and fourth quarter. When it matters, she grabbed the ball and she went and influenced this game.
Absolutely. No question about it. Well, so many layers to this onion today. And I think if you're Anderson and Olivet, you had poor performances overall yesterday. You lost badly to two really quality teams, but you wanted to rebound. Olivet, a lot in the first half. They had a quality first half. Anderson, their quality came in the second half. So for these two coaches, seeing that much improvement from these teams is a good thing.
We're on triple-double watch for Lily Conley. She's 16 from the field, 14 rebounds, 8 assists.
And only 6 steals away from a quadruple double.
Obviously, 4 steals, just 3 turnovers today. She's been very, very efficient.
She has. She turned the ball over 5 times yesterday in the loss to Carroll, but she handled the ball, it seemed, a lot more topside yesterday than she did from the point guard position today. Right now, it's Anderson down by 2, looking to tie it up or take the lead. 1:46 left. Olivet with 1 timeout left. Anderson with 3 to employ. Davis with a bounce pass. Detraz comes out. Larison skirts it over far side to Seawalk. She's been a menace inside. Good look. Foul off the rim. And Detraz misses the puppy, but she's going to the free throw line.
Let's see who they got that foul on. It's going to be on Malakanich. She's got 3.
93 seconds remaining. Will it come down to the free throws? Anderson shooting a red-hot season best 82%. And that one misses badly. 14-17. Olivet with 5 free throws more as far as attempts. Down by 2. Still down by 2. And the rebound. Lily Conley, all-conference senior. 3rd year with Olivet. Almost a steal. Bush lobs in the corner. Olivet pushes it out, and 3 ball misses everything with plenty on the shot clock. Olivet fans wincing a little bit off to our left.
An Anderson bucket here, and I think that Anderson bench will explode. They need this one desperately. We got a minute to play.
Davis weaving in traffic. The kick out, corner pocket. Running rebound, Conley. She's got a free break to the rim. And she converts.
Huge by Lily Conley.
And John Jin comes to timeout. Sorry, Matthew. Yes, the running rebound. It was a timely rebound, Matt. She just in stride.
She's got 18 points, 15 boards. Absolute stat stuffer today.
But she's not the only person in double figures. How about Malakanich with 18 points as well and 10 rebounds. Yeah, 79-75, you bet.
As we see Carroll starting to make their way over and Hope starting to file in as all the fans come in here for our big 2:30 game. We'll have about 20 minutes in between these two games, but you will not want to miss that one. Top 25 matchup.
Indeed. Are you a fan of orange and blue? Because we're going to see a host of it.
I don't know. I hope that they coordinated to see which team's wearing white, which team's wearing orange.
I thought you were in the white jersey.
Well, can you guys change?
Well, I think Carroll will be very comfortable. First time Carroll will ever play Hope College, so obviously they've never seen the Fieldhouse before. They didn't even get a chance to be comfortable at DeVos as we played our games at West Ottawa High School yesterday. So now Anderson on their side of things, moving right to left in the second half. Going for the steal is Conley. She's got 4 of those today. Inside pass, Larison off the window, sweet kiss.
This full court pressure is going to be big, but Conley breaks it easily. Never gives them a chance to set up in pressure.
Not too quick.
This possession is huge for Olivet. This can decide the game. I think you got to get the ball to Conley or Malakanich.
15 shot clock, 27 game clock.
She's calling for the high ball screen.
Mid-range, tried to bank one home, offensive rebound, put back, Olivet hammered.
So with Malakanich at the free throw line now, Mike, up 2, you got a chance to be up 2 possessions. Or otherwise, Anderson might just play for 1 shot.
That is her 4th. Malakanich has been to the line 7 times today. She's hit 7 of 10. She came in at 55%. And that one rims out. 2 would be huge. But it'd still make it a 3-point game if she can drain this one. That one too strong. Rebound. Timeout, Anderson. Wow. They have 2 left to burn. Now with this timeout, both teams have 1 each.
2
with
tough
17.
misses late, Mike, and she's not very happy about that. But you got to look at that next possession, see if you can have an opportunity here to affect the game on the defensive end, because it's 79-77 game. And I think if you're Anderson, you're setting up Larison for a 3. She's been really hot this second half. It's Seawalk or Larison for the deep 3. Otherwise, do you want to get Izzy Davis in a situation where she's on a high ball screen trying to get to the basket, create contact if you want to play for 2 free throws? But I think they have some options, always knowing Seawalk and Larison maybe on the corners for those 3s. Larison, though, she's loved that top of the key one, so maybe she's going to want to come around a screen. Can you drive and kick? One more pass, Larison top of the key for an open one. I think that's what I'm trying to create offensively.
And if you're Olivet defensively, I'd put a rip air on. They might be coming out in that 2-3 zone.
Get your best defender out there and say nose to the ball, nose to the ball, nose to the ball. Make it really, really, really hard for Larison to get something open.
And we'll see who's going to handle the defensive topside pressure.
You see coaches clarifying here at the scores table. It's a little coaching tip. Make sure, do we have 1 timeout left? Do we have 2 timeouts left?
Details.
Especially late in game. You don't want to be caught with a Chris Webber calling timeout when you don't have one.
That is a fact. I thought you were too young to know about that, but that is timeless college basketball history for another time. Davis has trouble getting in. Beard back in the game. Good to see. Davis topside met by Conley. 13 seconds left. Shot clock is off.
High ball screen. Larison in the corner.
Olivet up by 2. Kick out. 3-ball try for the lead. Skirts off. Scramble for the rebound. Won by Conley in traffic. And that's the ball game as Anderson had the chance at the buzzer with the 3.
Wow.
And they fall short.
Looking back at that last play, you can see Davis is looking up, trying to find Larison. She doesn't cut enough to the wing where she wanted her to be, so she's got to dish out to Beard. I think Beard, unexpected, didn't know she was going to have the ball. Time's expiring, and that's your best look, so you got to take it. But I don't think that's the play they drew up. I think Olivet guarded that perfectly. Hats off to them for a fantastic game.
You bet. You talked about they wanted that topside 3 would be their best look. They were not able to get it. But looking at the numbers of this one, Olivet had a 21-point lead. Anderson came back with a 28-point third quarter. And looking at the numbers overall, you see Anderson 35%, but just 20% from 3 on 7 of 34. Olivet cooled off mightily, Matt, but still shoots 42%. Pretty good for them, and made enough threes to make it interesting. 7 of 21.
Assistant Athletic Director Kevin Woma handing out honors, obviously, to Sarah Seawalk. She played fantastic.
She did.
Last night with 12, today with 18. She came off the bench both games. And of course, for Olivet, getting honored here. I don't know, what do they call this tournament? The Hope College?
It's the Hope Tournament, Hope College Tournament.
Beginning of season, non-con tournament. Obviously, they don't have Hope Olivet play each other because of being in conference, but shout out to Lily Connolly and Sarah Seawalk. They both played fantastic. And to both these teams, a tremendous job for coming to town, coming to Holland, Michigan, and playing this weekend. So I think both these teams have a lot of stuff to consider. Olivet obviously played so much better than yesterday. Anderson a little bit shocked and having some stuff that they're going to have to discuss.
You bet. Now, we'll see Olivet one more time this season, and if you're Olivet, before we conclude, you know you've got stretches of good basketball. We shot the ball well today. We played some good defense. But what it comes down to is they escape with a win. So Olivet moves to 2-2 on the year. Anderson losing streak falls to 3 at 2-4. Looking at the numbers, Matt Wayner, what do we have, my friend?
So looking at the box here, it was Connolly with 18 points, 16 rebounds, 8 assists. It was Mal Kanich, 18 points, 11 rebounds. And then Kaylee Bush added 13.7 rebounds. On the other end for Anderson, Larison had 20 points, 6 rebounds. Seawalk 18 points, 4 rebounds. And then Izzy Davis 14 points, 7 rebounds. So fantastic job from those girls. And a great game. We're happy they came here to Holland, Michigan for this weekend. But hey, we're excited for a top 25 matchup. Folks, you're not going to want to leave anywhere. So go get your lunch, go get your takeout, come home, because 23 minutes, Mike and I will be back here to break down these two teams.
Sounds like a good one. Before we go, Olivet will be at North Park on Wednesday, November 27th. A little pre-Thanksgiving festivities at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and Anderson will be on the road at St. Mary's in South Bend, Indiana, starting at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, the 26th. For Matt Wayner, I'm Mike Coleman. Stick around. We've got game number 2 coming up in this broadcast doubleheader. Our final score in the matinee, Olivet 79, Anderson 77. Until just a little while from now, we say good afternoon. We'll be right back on the Hope Sports Network.